Since China's reform and opening up policy started in the late 1970s, rapid economic growth has been achieved. GDP grew extremely quickly from 0.15 trillion US dollars in 1978 to 17.4 trillion US dollars in 2022. But energy-driven heavy industry caused severe environmental problems and ecosystem degradation. The Chinese government successively implemented several key ecological restoration programs to alleviate ecological problems, such as the 3 North Natural Forest and Grain for Green program. To date, China has achieved great success in ecological restoration practices that increase the global greening area by 25%. To exemplify some of the latest efforts made by China in terms of ecological restoration, I am visiting today one of the 18 special seed industry research bases in China. It has one of the biggest and most advanced native plant resources bank, kind of the Noah's Ark of seeds. It also contains a state-of-the-art green industry technology innovation center and a scientific research and testing center for grass that integrates the research of the seed industry conservation. Today we're visiting one company that is making a very interesting job, especially when it comes to natural restoration and these processes to make more spaces greener. We're talking about a company that is collecting different kind of seeds to later produce a lot of different kind of vegetations and plants in different kind of environments. This place will be built into a national ecological sample storage base, a pilot test area for the integrated application of resource conservation, also allowing the monitoring of mountains, rivers, forests, fields, lakes, grasslands, and will improve the efficiency of agriculture and grass breeding industries. Actually, we saw some of the different examples of the restorations they've done all around China. It's really dramatic, the change that all these places have gone through. Like, for example, we can see here in these pictures behind me, these are actually boxes, the packages of the different kind of seeds they produce here. And we can see here, this is the nest in Beijing. You can see the grass that was planted in the surroundings, in the parks all around this place. What it used to look like before, and now how it looks like. We've seen a lot of different large spaces that went through different kind of mining processes. Because of the action of a man, it won't look that good. Of course, it's not a healthy place, but after transformation and bringing all these different kind of seeds that they've been planting in these places, they've been through a huge, awesome transformation. In the first period of rapid growth from 1978 to 2000, economic development was the first priority, and environment protection was not a main focus in China. In this period, due to that early economic development relied on energy-driven industries, ecosystems were significantly degraded. On the other hand, because of the heavy demand for food, large areas of trees and grass were replaced by the farm and rangeland, which led to significant desertification. In the second stage, from 2000 to 2012, economic development and environmental protection were given equal attention by the Chinese government. Since 2000, national ecological restoration projects have been launched continuously. By the end of 2019, 2.1 million square kilometers have been restored or was in process of being restored, and the investment reached $74 billion. This is a very incredible laboratory. They took us to different stages of the studies. They are doing it right now. There are a lot of scientists working behind to make this research, again, to find the more suitable places for these plants, these flowers, and these seeds, and this grass to grow all around the country. China is the world's largest carbon emitter, but the country has promised that it will plant 36,000 square kilometers of new forests each year by 2025. An area equivalent to the size of Belgium. The reforestation plan is part of Beijing's effort to reach carbon neutrality by 2060. Battling the ecological damage is no easy task, especially now with 8 billion people living on this planet. However, when it comes to the efforts to fight climate change, China is leading the way.
In 2022, the country spent $546 billion USD on climate change projects. Compared to that, the US spent just a quarter of that money. Officials said that they are looking to increase the country's forest coverage rate from 23.04% recorded at the end of 2020 to 24.1% by the end of 2025. China currently ranks 5th around the world in terms of forest area, with over 33,000 plant species.
We are right now in one kind of laboratory. It's a big one, and this is a place where they make different kind of tests of the grass that they produce here. We can see it's kind of a park that is inviting people to come and step on it and walk around, because this is a kind of a grass that is made for traffic, for people to play. So probably we'll see it in different places like parks. And we can see here the different kind of grass, different type of colors, different kind of terrains. One of the coolest characteristics of this place is all the technology they're using here to make all these studies and try to provide the best quality grass for different kind of environment. Mostly this is like an indoor space where all this natural grass is growing.
Ecological restoration entered a new area after 2012, when ecological civilization was elevated to the rank of paramount objective by the Chinese government. The priority of ecological protection became higher than that of economic development. In 2016, the Chinese State Council suggested that China should accelerate the ecological restoration of mountains, rivers, forests, farmlands, and grasslands. In 2017, the national park system was implemented by the Chinese Ministry of Environment and China's National Tourism Administration, which started a new mode of environmental protection and resource utilization. In 2018, ecological civilization was listed as one of the constitutional principles in China. After several decades of efforts, the increase in green area in China has led the global effort from green growth. China has made great achievements in ecological restoration practices.
Inner Mongolia is a very awesome place with a lot of different kind of attractive natural places. And the fact that they're putting some effort to make these studies to produce and recover some spaces all around China using grass, using plants, using nature, I think is absolutely amazing. This is actually a private company that is working on the study to produce more and better greener spaces for the whole country. They have all these kind of light that are simulating the rays of the sun. So the plants have access to these kind of light sources. Remember, all plants need to have the sun light to feed themselves and produce all this process of photosynthesis. Of course, they need to provide it since we are in an indoor space. So right now I'm going to transfer one of these plants that has been growing inside a pot to the soil to let it grow with more space. So first step, you need to loosen because it's in the pot, probably it's a little bit tight. The second step is going to be making a hole on the soil, just like this, deep enough to have space for the plant to be comfortable. Just cover it so it can be tight and all the nutrients from the soil can reach the plant and the root of the plant. As you can see, this is the new home for this plant here. It's going to grow happily and beautifully.
There are several ecological projects to invite society to plant trees. In some rural areas, villagers are getting paid for planting trees. And in some places, the government leases private land for planting forests. Also, different teams are hired to plant trees and seeds are scattered from planes. Not only are professionals and volunteers involved in planting trees, but also Chinese officials, including ministers. In total, more than 500 million people in China take part in these kind of events every year to protect our environment. New technologies are not rare in China, and this also represents an opportunity to invite Chinese society to be part of these kind of projects. People not only can plant a tree in person, but also using online platforms, donations are collected on authorized sites and apps, which are then used for planting. The landscape in China is changing for good. Wherever the land used to be dry and empty, there are now parks and thousands of trees.
Throughout the 4 seasons, they can actually control different things like temperature, humidity. So the lifespan of all these plants around here is going to be way longer, which will allow the scientists to study in a better way the development, the growth, and the health of the different species that they're developing here. I think it's a wonderful initiative. Actually, this place is super big, it's massive. You can kind of tell the expansion or the territory that all the facilities are taking. So we are right now underneath the super colorful structure, which is this greenhouse here. The other place, that building behind us, looks like a meadow, kind of integrated into the area. It's the headquarters where all the other laboratories were located, where we were before. Folks, I'm gonna be wandering around nice and beautiful places here in China and documenting about it. I will also be Instagramming my day-to-day and my trips in this awesome country. Feel free to follow me and leave your comments and impression over there about life in China. I will leave the link to my account in the description down below. Remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell button so you don't miss any of my follow-up stories about what's going on in this part of the world. If you think there might be someone else interested in these kind of videos, please consider sharing. My name is Rafael, thanks for watching, and stay safe until next time.